Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the EMEA Grand Finals. This month in EMEA was crazy. Like, absolute cinema. If you guys missed it, I definitely recommend checking some of the other games. We had BGT beating out Humble in a 3-0 fashion. We had Na'Vi sweeping SK as well. BGT, of course, then beating Na'Vi, and then FUT just having quite, well, not the easiest ride to the Grand Finals, but yeah, it's just FUT at the end of the day. They're just destroying everybody. So we have this matchup here. So let's take a look at the global bans then. So we've got Mortis and a Ruffs ban, which is a very Mortis is what Brawl about's being banned pretty much all the time, but Ruffs definitely has to be more of a targeted ban towards FUT. They do love the Ruffs pretty much everywhere. And then the Bull and Pierce. So Pierce is definitely a targeted ban towards BGT because Ness on the Pierce was unbelievable all tournament long. And let's see whether they can carry on the same here. So they do pick up a Rico in combination with a Colt here. So this is pretty interesting. Maybe they don't want them to go to Rico, or maybe they just don't open up the map here and then send Colt as the singular damage dealer. Maybe they need some damage. I don't know what they go. They need aggro or they need a better defensive brawler here. For they can go one or the other way because I haven't really got the best answers to Melody right now. So I won't be surprised if they go with a more defender Otis. I literally was about to say Otis. Okay, so we're going to go Otis on defense into Melody, which is pretty good. And then what they're trying to do is not give Clancy any value. I think that's what they've gone for here because they've gone with a Colt, they've gone with a Rico, two brawlers that just pinch. I don't know how Clancy's supposed to really get any levels here. He hasn't really got anything to defend. If I were BGT, maybe a berry. Weirdly enough, I know that sounds a little bit weird. Maybe a berry, maybe. Okay, we're gonna go with Meeple. Meeple's a bit of a strange one. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, maybe they could have gone with, like, I think Angel Boy's surprised here. Maybe a Stu would have been better. Like, Stu would have had matchup into all three of them. I think Stu might have been that better in between brawler. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be tough for Melody to really get onto the safe. And it's going to be hard for... I think Meeple and Clancy lack the range into a Colt and a Rico. So I would prefer the FUT's composition here. So I think FUT still look the best team in the region so far. I had Humble winning the monthly final. But yeah, I kind of jinxed them out again, didn't I? I did say that no matter what, I would predict them just to test my theory. And I think my theory with, especially EMEA, I can never get the EMEA monthly final winner right whatsoever. I jinx this region so incredibly well. But yeah, FUT still doing pretty good in scrims in terms of their win rates. Oh wait, I need to put the game sound back on. And BGT, surprisingly, as of recently with scrims, their win rates have been really, really good. They also drew 5-5 with FUT in a scrim, I think yesterday or the day before. And they've been doing pretty decently against other teams. So yeah, BGT definitely deserve to be in this final. They're looking insane, their roster. So the strategy here is, again, like, Rico and Colt can be your damage dealers. Colt is a fantastic damage dealer and he's pretty much the best pick inside of Heist right now. I mean, there's like Crow, there's other brawlers, but yeah, I mean, mine just can't really deal with Colt whatsoever here. Colt's just insane in Heist. Like, it's just absolutely crazy, especially he's going to be using the speed loader gadget, right? What can he really do into that? So I need to put up the game volume a bit louder myself here so I can fully lock in. All right, so again, Melody's going to have a... I mean, she can do a little bit of damage into the Otis. It's not like completely unwinnable, but Otis on defense is like by far the best brawler. That's why I probably like Clancy's good. And maybe, I don't know. I think what would have happened for a team like BGT, I think they wouldn't have practiced this map really hardly ever in terms of their drafting. That's what tends to happen, especially with an underdog team. I think a lot of their preparation would have gone to the quarterfinals. So yeah, I probably would have preferred Otis on defense or something along those lines. So maybe they went with Clancy. Was it Colt first pick? Maybe they went with Clancy because they just presumed Colt would break open the map, and Clancy is better once the map is opened up. But yeah, Dompe is about to get his level 3, but you can see it took him a whole 2 minutes to get his level 3 because against pro players, it's incredibly hard to get your level with Clancy, especially into this comp, right? You got like 3 brawlers of range. It's not entirely the best here. So yeah, BGT going to get a little bit of pressure here, but they still need to get the crack of a couple of shields here to even catch up. Guesty just basically gets a triple kill there, and that's going to be the round going to FUT. So yeah, I didn't really like the Meeple pick. I feel like there's surely a better option there. Surely. Like, even if it was like a thrower. Like, thrower has good positioning to all of them. And if you open up the map, it's just really hurting the Rico. I don't know. I don't know what they could have gone with. I just don't think Meeple was the answer. A strange one. A real strange one. Because maybe they could have just gone damage themselves here. Like, a brawler with range. And that could deal damage. So if Melody goes in, then you could follow up with the Melody and deal some damage. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Meeple's not really offering anything right now. I mean, Angel Boy and Guest have been playing fantastically on these two brawlers. Angel Boy, yeah, is going to just keep into this corner right here. It's going to stop mine from healing consistently. And that's going to be mine taken down. I mean, that's really well played from Angel Boy. I mean, I know he's playing on the Rico, but he still just plays that absolutely perfectly. Full glaze to Angel Boy. And yeah, Clancy's just kind of useless right now. He's still at level 1. It's going to take forever for him to find his level, especially against like, the Colt constantly outranging him. So BGT can get a little bit of pressure here, though, if Melody can get a super. But, like, they're completely relying off Melody to get the damage. This is what I'm concerned about, like, completely. I think that's maybe one thing they completely forgot about. Yes, they might be able to get some kills with Meeple and gain some control, but look at this. Guess he's just going to run in after getting a kill on Dompe and just crack another shield. With BGT even, like, get some kills and close down, are they even going to get any damage? I don't know how Guesty is still alive here. He's done such a good job at staying alive and just wasted so much time. Absolutely crazy. And there's still a whole shield up and then another 10%. So it's not really looking the best here. Mine should be able to. Oh, bless me. Bro, I don't even know where that came from. Nob gets a nice hypercharge. Super. I used all my energy up with that sneeze. Completely about knocked me out, bro. I'm getting a bit older. Sneezes are about killing me off, guys. But 50% yet. I mean, my sneeze is more interesting than this game so far. It just feels like a complete outcome, complete mismatch at the moment. And yeah, it's just inevitable that FUT are going to win this one, right? I mean, Angel Boy and Guesty are just in their prime at the moment. I mean, Guesty's just not even having any issues with winning in his lane consecutively, and he's just easily going to walk onto the save with Colt. All right, that's the first set. Going to FUT. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into set number 2, we have Hard Rock Mine Gem Grab. So a Rico first pick. Let's see how they respond to this. So there's no roofs to counter out straight away. But, okay, there is maybe like an alley. We could go with an alley early draft. Or just leave that to last pick to counter the Rico. Wall breaks counter Rico pretty well. Again, like, I'm not completely in tune with okay, I forgot about Leon. Why has Leon even made it through? Again, I'm not completely in touch with the drafting, especially at the pro level, because there are an extra 4 bans, so it does kind of mess up. Like, what I usually love doing, especially with monthly finals, is I'll just learn how the pros draft, how they respond to certain picks and bans, etc. But again, it's pretty hard when you try and turn that into like ranked tips, if that makes sense at the moment. I think with ranked, it's going to get an update in a week's time whenever the update drops, and there will be more bans. I'm pretty certain on that. So then we can actually apply what a lot of the pros use. But for now, yeah, we're kind of stuck. So we've got a bit of Clancy here. So Clancy, again, is pretty good into most things. I think what they have to do here is, because like Chester's banned out, there's not really a lot. Well, there is a few tank counts out there, but I'm guessing Clancy's the best one on Hard Rock Mine by their thought process. So it looks like Ness is stressing right now. They're going to pick the alley and maybe stop them from picking up the alley, which is definitely fair enough. And then they need a mid, obviously. So a mid into Leon. Let's see what they go into Leon as a mid. I mean, they've got like Pam. They need to go Brawler that doesn't feed and that can get away. But we also need a bit of damage, right? So again, I think best bet would be probably a Pam. Penny, okay? Penny's fine, but I don't know. There's got to be a tank. Yeah, I just straight away, what I was thinking is that is quite suspect to aggro if you think about it, right? Because you got Rico. Rico can be all right, but on a map like Hard Rock Mine, pros actually know how to avoid a Rico quite easily. We saw in the World Finals like years and years ago. I think, was it Zeta at the time? I think even in 2021, they mastered the arts of countering a Rico and Hard Rock Mine just by like pressuring pretty well. And you can do the same here. And the reason why I thought straight away a tank is because like Ali doesn't really deal a lot of damage. like and can't completely shut down an aggro brawler when they're in the grass. And then Penny again can't really. Rico can't really. They're kind of like pinch brawlers, if that makes sense. Like the trickle brawlers. It's not like you know, it's not like BGT have got like a chest. Well, it's chest band. You know what I mean? They haven't got that hard hitting brawler. So that's just a big green light for any type of assassin or tank. So you can see here, Nob's going extremely aggro, is trying to support Angel Boy and getting into that grass, and he's going to pick up 5 gems already. What I love about FUT is just their overall positioning and their play style. You can see here, Nob's just still like in the middle, and there's 2 players of BGT. I mean, now he gets the gems, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just such good aggro play to even get those 6 gems in his first place. Completely jinxed him here. I'm trying to say how well he was doing at the start, but I think he did overextend a little bit. But I think he kind of has to try and get his level as quickly as possible, because level 2 Clancy is actually fairly decent. It's that level 1 that is just terrible. So Angel Boy on the Genji is absolutely disgusting. You can see just how long he's just taken to... Well, like, it's just taken forever for BGT to even deal with him. It's going to be a great super from Angel Boy, and now FUT have complete control again. It's just all about their positioning and aggro. It's one thing that will... it will separate like the good players from the just pro players like this. They're just not afraid to create space, get onto the enemy's line of sight, and do some damage. So mine just get the kill there, but Gesty is lurking with his hypercharge and super. Doesn't actually get as much value as anticipated, but the good thing here is FUT is mine's got all of the gems, and Gesty's just going in time and time again. Did BGT just forget about the Leon, or did they try and come up with a strategy to throw them off? I don't know, to be honest. But yeah, Angel Boy's just sweeping the floor here. Nob has all 10 gems. Yeah, I just don't see a way of BGT coming back into this one. I think it was an unfortunate position for, like, even at that point, honestly, like, is it even worth Ali? I know it's stupid to say, but as soon as the aggro gets all of the gems, it just feels like GG, because now there's no pressure, and it just gives the enemies just full, like, momentum in the middle. They know, okay, Ali's got all the gems. We're good, guys. We're good. We don't have to worry about anyone pushing us too far up. So, yeah, FUT just looks so convincingly strong here. I was hoping for a much closer grand final here, and especially how well BGT have been doing up until this point. They've took some really good wins so far. Again, beating out Humble, who... I think Humble were number 1 in the region, or tied number 1. I can't remember. I think that might have been number 1 before this monthly final. And then, yeah, I think they were number 1 because they was the first team to qualify in EU. And then beating out FUT, beating out Na'Vi, who Na'Vi normally always beat out BGT in qualifiers, and we always have Na'Vi's. Na'Vi always had their number. But so far, it's just so good from FUT. I guess he's going to get taken down, though. But yeah, Nob's going to continue to be aggressive. Just that lollipop drop just gives the enemy just so much value. And again, Rico is just... Rico can be good. But this is why in high-level play, Rico's always been overrated, and why the pros don't consider. So, like, when people complain about how strong Rico is, yeah, he can be good, and especially he's good in Brawl in certain maps, but pros know how to counter him out pretty well. But Nessat's got his hypercharge pretty fast, to be fair, so he can still probably cook, but it might be too little too late here. Yeah, I mean, that's going to get taken down. I don't know why he's not using multiple launcher against double aggro, to be fair, but there's not much time left. I just don't know. It's just... completely outplayed by FUT. The draft doesn't really look too much in their favor. Nob's going to get the kill. And yeah, I think BGT just kind of know it's up right now. So that's going to be first 2 sets going to FUT. BGT are going to need a miracle right now. Again, I don't know. Their draft hasn't been looking too strong. Their gameplay hasn't looking completely tuned in either. Yeah, Nob with the early spins already. Trying with the BMs. That's just too funny. It might... Those type of things, imagine if they come back after that. All right, that's the second set. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into set number 3 there. So I completely forgot to turn on the game volume for that second set, but it doesn't matter. You guys like my waffling anyway. So you can see BGT is still in a good mood right now. I mean, that's the kind of the key in a lot of pro games, by the way, is people with strong mental and that can just, I don't know, you know, they've got to be locked in, but at the same time, not be too serious, you know, just kind of have fun with it. That is like a key mentality. Again, just take a look at Crazy Raccoon's mentality. It can really separate you. So especially if you're 2-0 down and you're still having a good time, that's when you know you have a strong mental and a strong team chemistry. Anyways, we're going to first pick Ziggy here. So I think at this rate, we're just going to try something crazy. I mean, Ziggy is very, very good in the meta. Let's see how they address the Ziggy then. So Tick has been used as a decent counter to a Ziggy, but I still even think like Ziggy's been having a good matchup. So Byron and Angelo in response, they do have a last pick to counteract this Ziggy. Maybe what some people do a little bit too much in drafting is that they early pick that Ziggy counter too fast. So they're going to rely off their last pick as a Ziggy counter. So whether that is like a Gray or like a Kenji or something a little bit aggressive, we'll have to wait and see. And that's probably why they've gone with a Byron here to support that aggro brawler. So you got to be wary of that. So let's see what they respond with here. So we've got to be careful of the Brock. So we're going to go with Ollie again. So we're going to go with the Ziggy Ollie strategy, which has just been so good. It worked out against Humble on Godon Gooch, and Ollie's very, very, very underrated in the knockout meta so far. So they've got a thrower, they've got an Ollie, they need a support brawler, or they need a sniper to go, whether that's like a Jae Young, whether that is a... Again, I'm not entirely sure whether to take the Brock just to make sure that they don't break open the map. Let's see. I don't know what they could go. My brain's not working. Okay, we'll go with Bell. So we'll go to Bell. Bell's a great counter to Byron. And they're probably thinking, okay, they might go with some type of aggro brawler. But I think FUT have just already kind of... Yeah, they're going to go with a Brock. I was going to say, I think they've already thought of something. So Brock is like a double counter to their comp, if you think about it. Ollie doesn't like when the walls are gone. And neither does Ziggy. So... Again, I think they would have considered the Brock. Like, Brock's always in the back of pros' minds in terms of drafting, because it's like that rock, paper, scissors element, right? Like, Brock can open up the wall, can counter the throwers, but then if you pick Brock, then like other snipers can counter him, etc. So let's see how it plays out. They can definitely win this. So Ziggy and Ollie is a really hard combination to beat, because Ziggy's just broken right now, and Ollie's very good at knockout as the game goes on. So the good thing about Ollie is that he will have some decent matchups once he gets his super right. But will he ever get it? Dompe's already going to get taken down. Wow, this just looks incredibly mismatched so far. I'm a little bit disappointed from BGT. I mean, they've been playing so well, but the FUT are just destroying them. Like, what is going on right now? Guess he opens up the map, and yeah, I don't know if their mental's just cooked, if they're just accepting defeat at this point. But my title's about to be the easiest EMEA Grand Final you'll ever see at this point, and that's quite sad to say, because I really enjoyed BGT's performance so far. But I don't know, the drafting's been on point from FUT. I think FUT would have practiced as well these matches in terms of drafts a lot more. But I still think BGT should have done a little bit more to this point. So mine's gonna get the kill potentially onto Byron. Okay, there we go. A little bit of life in the old dog still. So all BGT need to do is sit behind a wall here, let Ziggy do the hard part, and should be able to win this. So I guess like what I was saying with Ollie, was I saying that yesterday? But Ollie in knockout, you just need to wait for that first super, and then you're pretty decent, right? Because that super gadget combination is nearly unstoppable. And you think Angelo, I think he's using jump. Angelo, I completely forgot to look, but Byron and Brock should be somewhat of an easy kill, especially to Byron. Byron should always get a guaranteed kill when you're the Ollie. So again, I think they're just going to wait for as long as possible, so they can try and get value out of Ziggy Super. They got a Bell Hypercharge as well, so BGT can cook here. Honestly, there is a bit of... No, there's definitely a chance to win here. With Ollie Super, with Ziggy Super, I think they can win this. I think they can definitely win this, bar an Angel Boy Masterclass. Now, Angel Boy has Gadget, actually, and he is just tapping like... Bro, full glaze on Angel Boy. He is an absolute demon right now. And I guess he's in a 2 versus 1 situation, and they're both dead. And they're both dead. Wow. Okay. That was just all Angel Boy. He just took over. When I play Angelo, it looks nothing like this. It looks absolutely nothing like... Again, I've got to put a flipping game sound, and I've got to drag myself down here again. Yeah, when I play Angelo, I need some tips or something, because he is the absolute GOAT on Angelo. He's been tapping like crazy. It's been so beautiful to watch. Okay, that was really close from Ness there, but doesn't actually confirm the kill. Mine's actually going to get really weak, and he's definitely going to get pinched out, isn't he? It's just inevitable at this point. Yeah, Brock's going to find the kill. And it's just pinpoint accuracy from FUT so far. They've got the 3 snipers and they're just fully locked in. I just, yeah. I don't know what to... I honestly don't know what to say at this point. I really don't know. I don't know what has kind of gone wrong. I think the main point from BGT is maybe a step too far. I mean, it is their first ever grand final, right? I don't even think they've made a semi-final in EMEA either. So it's already just an incredibly successful monthly final of them getting to the final. But it's just looking a step too far at this point. FUT are just looking too hot. There was a chance. I think if they would have won that game, you know, momentum is a crazy thing on Brawl Stars, and they, you know, who knows? They could have won one set and then gone on from there. But at the moment, it's just looking all FUT. I think mine should be close to his super, or got his super. No, okay, he's not got his super just yet. But yeah, they're just getting pressured like crazy. Angel Boy is just hitting every single shot, it feels like. That's going to get some good damage, but he's weak. Mine is weak. I mean, Dompe's just not really having the best time against this Angelo. Brock can just walk up, and there's just nothing that can really stop him. Mine's trying to get his supercharged here, but Brock has hypercharge. The pressure is just all on FUT's side, and they just smell blood at the moment. They're playing perfectly so well as a team. Hypercharge onto Ness. I mean, mine gets his super, but this is pretty much looking all but over at the moment. Yeah. What BGT is supposed to do? I guess GG's at this point. I guess GG's. Mine, I mean, yeah, mine can get a free kill onto any of them because Angelo's using Pierce, but Angel Boy's doing a great job of just keeping him chipped up so he doesn't get his shield here. So mine's going to use super and jump, but he's not. He's got to get taken down. Dompe's in there. 3 versus 1. And there we have it. FUT are going to be your EMEA monthly final champions. And yeah, very, very, very anticlimactic in the end. So I apologize if you guys were looking for a very sweaty game, but yeah, they just get the job done there. Unfortunate, but what even is that meme? I don't even know anymore, but yeah, I guess they can be disheartened, but at the same time, I mean, they did a good job of getting to the finals anyways. I think a lot of it was like drafting, a lot of it is just FUT just look absolutely unstoppable. And yeah, it's going to take a lot for anyone to really stop FUT all year, to be honest. It took a Prime Humble to really take them down, but now FUT are looking fantastic. They've won 2 out of the 3 monthly finals. They reached the grand final in the other one. So yeah, they've been in hot form all year, it seems. So I'm going to be excited to see FUT. It's like Ness just, yeah, they're devastated. They just couldn't, like, at least they're like, kind of laughing about it. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.